All right, traders. Good morning. All right, Kevon. Maybe we need to start having some morning conversations in here. Coffee with Kevin and Kevon. I like it. Yeah, good conversation there. So, in regards to yesterday, I literally, guys, for those in here now or those tuning in later, I was up decent on the day, came back, and God, dude. All right, I made a mistake. Well, a couple mistakes. So I saw this popping up towards VWAP, and I tried to take a short here. It didn't work out. I popped over it. And, dude, this has happened to me like a couple times. Actually, it popped up into the 90-cent range, and I added to it. And then the squeeze happened as I was setting the OCO order and got filled at an awful price. Ultimately, I ended the day red on fees. I had like 30 in fees just trading so much yesterday. So something I have a problem with clearly is thinking I need to always be in a trade. We gotta let the screamers pass us by. Speaking of which, another confession, I am in a trade right now. These are hangovers, though, and they're a little different than the rest of the trades. So, ABCL, I'm in at 338. This ticker's up from 250 up to 375 yesterday. I took this bear flag in pre-market. Kind of just stopping out of it near break even if it starts popping back up into the 240s. Otherwise, looking for a 330 crack right here. And a little bit of this bear flag on the hangover ABCL. Yeah, Jerry in here, green. You were green yesterday. Let's stay consistent. I know. Yeah, we got to. We gotta. I've been having a problem, man, with trading too much. Like I could have just walked away yesterday up $50, but nope. On a small account, that's massive. You just gotta walk away. Sitting here and trying to find trades and then over trading, it can certainly be a problem. All right, we want to see how today's going to open up. A few different tickers that are popping up right now. TRNR, try to curl back around AI crypto play. 90 cents, popped up to $1.30. A lot of chop, guys. And a lot of traders out there have been getting hammered in this chop. Like this CARM into the close yesterday. This ruined a lot of days. Ticker that was just heavy and then spiked up 50 cents, like 100% nearly. Yeah, 100%, 65 cents up to $1.20. 100% end of day. Ruined a lot of days. CPro yesterday, guys, I was in this short. Stopped down the pop up to the top. It faded a couple more points. So, yeah, yikes. All right. Today we're going to wait for the gut to be screaming. We've gone over that a few different times. The gut needs to be saying this is a good trade. There are okay hands that may or may not work, but why take them? Because you're just going to overtrade yourself into oblivion, into the red. Let's not overtrade, revenge trade. Let's keep it tight. ABCL popping up to 340. 5 minutes till the market opens up. I'm in this at 338 for a little bit of a snap out of the gates. We'll see if she does it. Let's keep it tight, guys. Let's watch and wait for some decent setups to come our way. I set up a new hotkey today where I'm getting out 70% of the position rather than 50%. So rather than half, I'm just going to get out pretty much the majority of the position for leaving leftovers. ABCL, there she goes, up to in the 340, 345. see if I can get out of this. Got a little bit of a spread. Yeah, so we got just a couple minutes till the market opens on up, guys. Let me know what you're watching. ABCL, I may try to stamp this one again out when the market opens on up. A little spready here in pre-market. Hangover. Fades, what's going on? Yeah, I'm going to try my best not to be doing the whole over trading thing today. Fade yesterday, CARM at the close. I came back and that turned into a problem. Bob, how are you doing this morning? Right, give me just a second, guys. And that was on how many trades, Bob? How many trades? Alright, I just gotta take the L on this. Starting the day with a red trade. This thing just spiked up illiquid. VTAC. Alright, let's take a look at a few of these tickers. VTAK. Oh, wow. 20 cents up to 70. Okay. Throw that one down. TRNR. Little AI play up to $1.20. HDST been working. HSDT. Nice. Near magic 20-cent area. Been fading off of that. Cover and sit on the hands. Man, dude, so much of trading is just sitting on the hands, dude. That's my number one issue. Just sit on the hands. Wait. Just wait. Wait and wait and wait. Patience. Knowing when to go after these tickers, but also being patient enough to wait for the setup to come your way. Let's see. There was Kayvon INTC yesterday. I mean, this one's pretty much in a hangover setup too, but INTC, I haven't really historically had a ton of success trading this thing, but 22 is a level of resistance there. 2178 says a hangover setup. Yeah, good job, Bob, sitting on the hands and just waiting, sniping out, good risk management and discipline. Yeah, so the stops I've been doing fine with. I've just been over trading so much. Yesterday I traded CARM so much, man. Need to be okay with honestly just, a few trades, handful of trades that are good setups. Handful of trades that are good setups. Market's now open. Alright, let's see what she's got for us today. It's annoying. I still like this ABCL, but I'm going to try the ABCL one more time here. 360. 360s and the pre-market resistance is a hangover setup. I'll give her one more try here. Like to start seeing some profit taken from yesterday. We're floating up a couple bucks. Let me see what she's going to do against 360. I'll set the stop. $361 stop ABCL. This is short against a lot of the pre-market resistance 360s. We're floating up a lot from yesterday. See what we can do on this one. TRNR 120 might have some resistance there. AI related play though. Pull back on ABCL into the 340s. $330s, $337. I want to see this one snap 330. 330 is a key area on ABCL. I'd like to see it snap. I'll take 70% off and try to hit it again on a pop here. Trying to do this more. Alright, hitting it again. I really don't want it over 350. I'm trying to be better at... What was the open? 355. $352. I'm gonna keep it really tight. I'm trying to be better at like taking profits off the table, just in general, because so many times these things chop around and I never take anything off. Never take anything off and get completely wrecked. This is just super tight. I don't really want it back over 350. That's the idea. TRNR 120 holding up really well. TRNR holding up 120. 120 is really good resistance there. I feel like I'm going to turn into a scalper, guys, because of this chop market. Everybody out there is seeing it, too. on Twitter land, they're all seeing how choppy this market is and how annoying it is. I mean, just taking profits quick. All right, TRNR 120 held up really good. NAOV straight up, $1.05 up to $1.20 right now. KZIA. KLTO still fading a little bit. KNW getting a spike. KNW back in action. Bitcoin related play, 375. A little bit of resistance there. Popping up and over that. My ABCL short, I need this to snap 330. I need it to come down to 330 and snap. I'm thinking about adding into it for that. And if we don't get it, just get out of it. Need that 330 snap. Let me see. Let me look. 350 hit again. Did not break that. Thinking about it. Okay, VTAK. What's the story with that? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking for the news here too. I don't see it. Probably just these penny plays that are all. The market value is 7.9 million. So I mean, Catheter Precision is the name of that ticker. Okay, Catheter Precision. Not seeing any recent news on it. Man, TRNR pulling back all the way. NAOV up at $1.30 right now. CRCL getting a spike. Kayvon, there's your IPO, recent IPO. HSDT could be given another entry. HSDT. ABCL down in the 330s, couldn't crack right now. Another thing I got to do better is just not scaling into them when they're going against me, because that more times than not wrecks me. Sloppy's at the bell, then scam candle, HSDT. Yeah. I like that, the scam candle. VTAC still holding 80 cents. Mr. Doug in the building. What's going on, Doug? Good morning to you and the green team. Doug, just trying to be a little more patient today and snipe some plays out. How's your pre-market been going? I like the hangover here on this ABCL, Doug. This is what I've been trading so far. Took an L, then trying to work the green back. I just need this one to start profit taking and really pulling under 330. 330's been holding up. If not, I'll be a little red there, but I'm not going to marry her. Marrying tickers the last few days, guys. Man, they suck you in too, dude. Some of these plays just suck you in. Like the KLTO, and then yesterday CARM. CARM, dude, I'm not gonna lie, that one sucked me into it. VTAC is one that would suck me in as well. I mean, there's been like one of these plays every single day. VTAC, CARM, KLTO, and they're up on nothing. They're similar characteristics, right? Close at 22 cents, and now we're up like several 100%. Yeah, VTAC, that one looks juicy, but man, those have been so choppy. If that's going to turn into the hoe of the day like the last couple penny plays. Nah, alright. Alright, taking this one off the watch list. Taking a couple L's on it. She ain't working out thus far. ABCL. End of day, she's going to be $3, but I'm going to take it off for now. We'll look for something else. Okay. Hoe of the day for real, VTAC, yeah. VTAK, hoe of the day. I mean, we're we got a head and shoulders at 80 cents. We're floating up here, man. The question is, does she want up and over $1? Is she close enough? Bob's saying, you know, what is the float on this one anyways? VTAC. Catheter precision. Not a lot of short interest on it. Float is 10 million, so yeah, fairly small. Okay, let's see what we got. NAOV got that spike. Still holding VWAP right now. NAOV, yeah, I could see NAOV being the hoe of the day too. NAOV just, it's on the past chart history, man. We're at a lot of lows. I mean, 150 is a level of resistance. Today, guys, I just got to focus. I'm going to focus on waiting for a screamer after the hangover. Hangover is a separate entity, but gonna try to wait for some backside. So wait for that big upper shadow to form. Oh my God, NAOV, we have a 30% short float on this thing. As of May 30th. Yeah, as of like a week ago, dude. We have a ton of shorts on this. With 2 million in the float. Oh my God, ABCL. I didn't even want to look at her. I did not want to look at that thing. Guys, I'm taking like a YOLO long on NAOV with that 30% short interest. YOLO long on NAOV. I will. It does come with risk in place. One probably 15 for me. I'm still setting the risk, but YOLO plays are sized down a little bit if you're taking these. 30% short interest on this thing. 3 million in float. Are you kidding me? Let's work the long side of something today, can we? All right, 114 appears to be holding up from pre-market, so that's gonna be my risk on NAOV. 30% short interest at all-time lows. See what we can get on this thing. 85 cents up to $1.24. INTC, no, don't tell me she's been dumping too. 120 is an area that could... I'd like to see 120 hold in AOV if we're going to get that next leg up. If ABCL literally cracked... Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Every single day I'm dealing with this. There's my exit, right on the top of that wick, and down she goes, 30 cents. I want to barf every single day. Alright, VTech, 80 cents is holding up. It's kind of got a head and shoulder-ish pattern with 80 cents on it. NAOV is not appearing to be getting it at the moment. Coming back down to VWAP. I put a stop right under the VWAP. Fades. I'm dealing with it. I would be green on these accounts if I don't know. I'm trying to be so disciplined with the stops, and I'm stopping out so much at the top on these plays. Like yesterday, CPro, it happened, and that one faded right after it took. I don't know, man. I gotta widen out the risk a lot, apparently. All right, VTech, 80 cents is that risk holding up right now. Interesting play. NAOV with the 30% short interest. That one still interests me. It's trying to hold 120, lower shadows there. Coming up to the highs in AOV. Seeing what she's going to do up here at the highs. In AOV, let's see what she's going to do up here. I'll take 70% off up here. We're in the 140s now. $140s now in AOV. Working leftovers on it. Look at me taking a long on one of these POS tickers. Alright. I'll set the adjusted stop at break-even price, 125. Otherwise, to the moon, baby, $5. Working leftovers. NAOV, 70% I took off. We'll see what NAOV does up here. 125 is that break it just had. Yeah, I went over the long on it just because it had 30% short interest fades. And it's it's at all-time lows with 30% short interest and 3 million in the float. So that looked like a recipe for disaster for shorts. All right, VTech, where are we at? 73. Guys, I don't know how I'm not tilting out on this ABCL, but I'm trying not to. TRNR pulling back off of 120. Because right now I'd be good on the day. I'm stomping out so well, almost too well, to the point where I'm getting effed. Absolutely effed. Any suggestions, I'll take them, Kayvon. It's either entries are bad or stops are too tight, or a mix of both. If it's probably a mix of both, if I'm being honest. All right, NAOV. Yeah, thank you, Bob. So let's see if 125 can hold up now, support on it. VTAC does look good against 80. I like it as well. I'm going to check the shorts there, VTAK. Trading is annoying, right? Because more work does not equal more money. It's one of those things where more work does not equal more money, and that can get really aggravating when you sit here and spend a lot of time on these plays and they do nothing for you. Or you lose money. You put in more work and you lose money. Alright, let's send a request on VTech. Oh god, it's $3 per 100. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough wiggle room on that. It looks good. I'll decline it for now. NAOV is the long play right now. I still have baby leftovers there. That could pay, man. I mean, if this thing keeps squeezing out, even with 30 shares that I have, I took 70 off, even with 30. If this thing shoots up to like 230, 40, you know, it's $30. I'm either break even or I'm making money if the thing keeps squeezing. That's what I like about leftovers. All right, let me see what else we got. INTC, what happened there, Kayvon? Yeah, that was a hangover. It's like, dude, this was a picture-perfect hangover, too. The reason I didn't take it is because it's INTC, and this sector kind of does its own thing from time to time, but I don't know. I'm screenshotting this one. This is a picture-perfect hangover, guys. INTC, a ticker that's up over ball. It's opening below the previous close, below the high of day. Little light in volume after hours pre-market, and profit taken right out of the gate. It's really a picture-perfect setup there. I cannot believe the short interest on NAOV. This thing was just at all-time lows. It's a 3 million float ticker. I mean, dude, we could see this thing. Like, I don't want to cause any bias on it. That's not needed, but it's tapping some resistance at a $1.50. $1.50 may hold. We'll see. We'll see if a $1.50 holds on it. VTAC a little pricey for those shorts. I do like this one. Fades. I'm nervous about getting in it and getting in. Like, it's not the best entry right here. I mean, if you were to get in right here on VTAC on the short, like 81 cents is the good risk guide. But with these, dude, with these like penny plays, you know what they've been doing. They've been hunting all the orders, and it just might be a difficult trade. KZIA, one of the gappers pulling on back right now. NAOV holding up in the 140s, dude. This thing's heading up to 150 now. Yeah, ABCL at 317. I gotta stop looking at it, but that's gonna happen in trading. Look at this picture perfect hangover too. I didn't want it back over 350. Shot back up and overstopped me out, then went headed straight down. Gotta give him more range. Gotta trade more convicted on him, give him a little bit more range. Maybe size down a little bit for the chop. I think that's the name of the game in this market, guys. Like, if you normally go 500 shares, go 250 and keep the same risk, but widen it out a little bit. Something along those lines. I mean, let me know what you guys think. In this market, that's just what I've been seeing. In this market, that's just what I'm seeing. Yeah, fade's a smaller size for that reason. Yeah. It's such a headache, man, dealing with that. Alright, HSDT could be popping up for sloppy seconds. We didn't see any news here, right? HSDT. We're floating up here as well. I need to check and see if this one's got a 30% short interest. We are at lows. We had a huge gap down and we're kind of near lows. That must be what's going on here, fades. We gap down on bad news and we're just getting a pop off of that. On VTAC or HS. Yeah, it's a little pricey there. NAOV pulling back in a little bit. I'm just gonna sit back, man. I'm gonna sit back with those shares. Just see what happens. Let's just break even on them or down in the 120s. Or see if she'll spike on up and squeeze out shorts. Yeah, that's what I gotta do, guys. That's what I gotta do. Size down, widen out the risk a lot. Keep it still similar risk, but just widen it out. SBET, Kayvon, play you might like 33 up to 40. KZIA looks heavy under 950. 950 resistance line from a ascending triangle this morning. It's heavy now under 950. Yeah, HSDT is a little tempting. I mean, we're at all-time lows. Let me check and see if that one's a little wild like NAOV with the short interest. HSDT. It's got about a 12% short interest. Not terrible. 52 million in the float. Really, or 500,000 in the float. Pretty tiny. NAOV up and higher, guys. Up through the 150s. Testing out 150 right now. Testing 150. Testing 150 is NAOV. Noticing Enjoyer, what's going on? Good morning. Yeah, got lots of things we've been going over this morning, Enjoyer. Lots of things. NAOV's got about 30% short interest, so I took a long here at 124. I took most of it off in the 140s, but leaving just a little piece to see what happens. 30% short interest at all-time lows. I mean, that's a formula for a pretty big squeeze. It's a formula for a big squeeze, so I'm just going to see what happens there. Leave it alone. NAOV, you would leave that one alone. I'm just leaving my tiny shares just to work. I mean, if that thing squeezes up another couple points today, Dude, I'm going to be making some money on leftovers. That's what I like about it. HSDT, you're thinking about leaving that one alone. 160, some resistance. VWAP. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of slow. It's kind of just slow right here. VTech. There we go. Liking VTech. Yep. There it goes. Beautiful. NAOV higher, guys, into the 160s. Maybe I should just be longing every day. Maybe that's the strategy here. Yeah, Jerry, NAOV popping. Careful buying high though. Careful. I think I'm gonna adjust I'm gonna kind of trail it, if that makes sense. Like I want it to stay above 150 now in AOV. Where's my position at? OCO. Yeah, I'll adjust the stop to 140. And just kick back there. See if things squeeze out a little bit more. Because right now we're getting over 150 on NAOV, which was the resistance there. I mean, it's got upper shadows there. Could form an upper shadow up against all this. Guys, with that short interest, man, that's what got my attention. That's what got my attention there. Alright, VTech try to crack under the VWAP. A little lower shadow there. HSDT curling up to 160. NAOV, a little profit taking up there. Alright, I'll adjust it to 145 now. 145 NAOV, adjusting the stop. Just kind of manually trailing that one. Bob KZIA gapped up. Fill that gap back down. ABCL popping up, dude. This might be giving me an entry, another one. I don't know. I need to avoid it. Let me look at KZIA. KZIA, yeah, gapped up now. Let's fill that gap back down. It's looking heavy here, Bob. Good eye, though. Bob's seeing it. Seeing it pretty well. So it's got this 960-ish line that it's heavy under right now. We need to monitor that. MODV with the spike. MODV out of nowhere with the spike. That one we've been watching for the last week nearly. MODV popping up towards resistance from Wednesday and Thursday of last week. MODV spiking up. It's a lower float play, high short interest here as well. So, like, which one's going to get the continuation on the squeeze? Because several of these plays are attempting to squeeze out. MODV, a lot of volume there. Could take away from NAOV. Yeah, NAOV pulling back now. NAOV, I put the 145 adjusted trail on this thing, which it's coming down to right now. Man, I've been very satisfied with myself in regards to letting plays work, even if they don't, just giving them time to work. I've been doing way better at that. But the entries are now something I got to focus on. I think I've broken the bad habit of not letting tickers run. There we go, NAOV, I'm out. So, break even on the day now. NAOV, I gave it an opportunity to keep going. She's pulling back quite a bit right now, so we'll move on to something else. HSDT hit 170, pulled back off of that, testing that VWAP out. VTech still going sideways, trending around the VWAP area. KZIA, good eye there, Bob. That one's still fading. Yeah, KZIA. Is that one just going to fade all day? I'm seeing some under $8 support. Some. Thank you, Doug. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. A little irritated with the top tick, but I think I just gotta accept that's part of my days, Doug. I top tick something every single day, and it drives me absolutely crazy, Doug. Especially when they worked out. Huh. Yeah, don't trust this market. Dude, you gotta this market, you just gotta be taking profits. And don't trust it. Look, CARM, look at that close yesterday. I already made my confessional, guys. I gave all my, at the beginning of the stream, I said I gave all my profits back in today, trying to short CARM against, pretty much the resistance of 85. And then it got that massive squeeze on it. Guys, I've gotten squeezed out a couple times this week. Thankfully, it hasn't been too bad on the loss side, but as I'm trying to set my orders, I'm getting squeezed out. It's great. Okay. Okay. INEO spiking up towards VWAP. INEO could be a trade here. Yeah, dude, I saw so many blow-ups yesterday. I was just scrolling through. So many people were losing their A's. The thing is, guys, look. you've just got survive in this market. Pretty much puts you in the top 10%. Just survive in this market. You just have got to be not over leveraged and biased on tickers. That's the main thing. That's the main thing that's going to crush people. Don't be over leveraged and biased. I mean, really, yeah, those two things. INEO right here, 185. It's an interesting short. INEO. We got up and over $2 as resistance, back down to like 130 support. I don't know. I mean, I could see it. INEO. Let me take a look at the shorts here. This is one of those plays where it's like it's a decent hand, but it's not really screaming yet. I'd like it to get a little bit more of a pop on it. It's $3.50 per 100. I think I'm going to do what I was practicing last week. That is just wait. If this thing spikes up to like 210, that's when I'll take it. I got to do that more. Like, I like it right here. It could be heavy and fade, but, it's screaming up at like 215-ish against 220. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Let's see if that level of patience works out. Now, you're going to be missing a lot of plays doing that. Because even right here, VTAC looks good. I mean, look at how it's trending down. It's just if you're taking these trades, if you're kind of, for me, this would be a FOMO trade getting in right here. It isn't a downtrend. It's heavy on VWAP. But if I'm getting in down here off the highs, you're going to have to trade it. As far as I go, I'm going to have to be right or right out. If I'm getting in this right here at 70 cents, it's either going to have to snap VWAP and start selling off, or I need to be right out. Right or right out. Yeah, guys, if you're surviving this market, you're doing really well. I think most guys in here would say that. It's this market has been fairly choppy and brutal. Summer trading, I reckon. If anything, we're learning really well not to let our ego trade in this kind of market. You're learning not to let the ego trade or you're going to blow up. Set your stops, understand the risk, and don't be over leveraged and biased. Jerry, now I've seen this story before, Jerry. What happened the other day? You were like red, then green, then red, then green, then red. So, what should you do right now? What should you do? I'm not saying don't trade anymore, but maybe protect the profits though. Like size down. All right, NAOV still in play here. Maybe the stop was a little tight. Group talk helps the ego. Yeah. Fades, yeah, mastering your self-discipline, patience. Doug, you hit the wrong hotkey yesterday. Oh my God, bought 200 where I meant to only buy 50 and went red really quick. AFRM, you're working on a short. Taking a look, AFRM got some really good daily resistance, 66.50. Not bad there. Protect and work on the patience. Yeah, the patience, man. Yeah, patience is really hard. Patience on a lot of different fronts. It's really hard. HSDT, she's still climbing, fades, and all these pullbacks are being met by some buyers. VTAC, there she goes. Yeah, dude, that was close. That was close right there. That was on the VWAP. Man, look at that. That's a good short there. Fade, you working it? Kind of a descending triangle right here, guys. VTAC, descending triangle against VWAP. Good job. NAOV still pulling back a little bit. Kind of head and shouldering against 150. Yeah, I used to use the 9 quite a bit, Doug. 9 EMA. Just mainly focus kind of price action. Keep the indicators relatively minimal. But I know it is a good indicator. Those a lot of traders use them, so that's what makes them good. I mean, that's really what makes indicators good at all. Is you need other traders looking at them and utilizing them. Because if other traders are buying the cross like that, the 9 and 20, or buying or selling around VWAP, I mean that's good areas to keep in mind then. Psychological areas. OKLO spiking straight up. 53 to 63. Oh, we got like a cup and handle on this thing, dude. OKLO, cup and handle. HSDT was good to you. You're going to chill on that one. I don't mind it against like 220. I don't love the fact that we just bounced off of all-time lows. I don't really love that. It feels like we've already capitulated the longs here. And the fact it's grinding up a little bit. Not in love with that either. But up towards 220, like back up to the pre-market highs, I really don't mind that. Let me take a look at the shorts on that. No inventory. Alright, well, can't take it. INEO, that wasn't bad. Didn't take that one either. 180 again though. We went over. You're gonna miss some plays if you're waiting for the best kind of setup. 185 down to 170. It was a decent hand. AFRM making new highs, and then OKLO making new highs. IONQ, holy IONQ spiking up. What is the market jumping right now? What's going on? Market's grinding higher right now. HSDT even higher. Alright, we're not missing anything. Man, yeah, the VTAC was pretty good. VTAK. GTLB. Alright, GTL. So, GTLB. The interactive brokers algo I got just took a short on that. I can monitor that, see how she works. GTLB just took a short on it. Gap down from yesterday, 48 to 41, popping up to 45 right now. maybe I'll join it. See what happens here. GTLB. GTLB on this spike up. Going small, giving it about... give it like a point of wiggle room. Small share size. Alright, GTLB working a little short there. We'll see if it can snap this upward trend it's been on. Look at CARM. VTech may follow suit. Or are they profit taking a little bit? Well, CARM's popping back up to the VWAP a little bit. Going sideways. KZIA. Yeah, I kind of liked that one. I can tell it's trading like a little lower float, but it just looks heavy and fading quite a bit here. $7.90s and around 7 to 8. I see some support that may try to hold up. That's the only concern there. INEO. Did I check the shorts on INEO? I think I did. Yeah, it was $3.50. NAOV getting a little bounce off of 125. I mean, it feels kind of done, but you guys know when they get that feeling, it gets shorts all comfortable. Getting shorts all comfortable like that, they can squeeze up and out still. Man, guys, trying to snipe some things out. It's about to be the short hour, alright? We're about to find some decent short plays. Trying to snipe some things out here. The short hour. Book to read, Doug, on price action. Price action. Yeah, that's a good question. Have you read Bob's been getting his fill of Mark Douglas, the trading in the zone, the psychology of trading. Have you read up and listened to those audiobooks, Doug? They are so good. You would love them, Doug. I'll do that too when I am out driving around. Just listen to those on psychology. I'm telling you, it'll change your trading. It will completely change your trading. or at least how you look at trading. OKLO even higher. OKLO even higher. We got 65.33. Selected as intended awardee to provide clean, reliable power to an Air Force base in Alaska. All right. Armand, what's going on? All right, this is when I try to guess what Armand's been trading. All right, let me think, Armand. You took KZIA on the short. And maybe INEO in pre-market. Maybe HSDT too. Yeah, how's your morning going, Armand? MLGO 120. Again, guys, it's like I've unlocked a new problem in trading. Yesterday, again, I had to go through a confessional. I traded CARM at the end of the day like an absolute idiot. I've unlocked a new problem. If you guys have the solution, let me know. I've got to be able to sit on the hands. Dude, like when you're sitting here and you think you got to be in a trade, that's difficult. Especially when you go from, and that, dude, that's what, when I grew my account and then went offshore for the first time and having the freedom to trade as much as I want, dude, it was disastrous. I thought, oh, I can trade more. More equals more money. When in fact, less equals more money. I grew an account great when I only had like 3 trades a week. I need to get back in that mentality. Just do not wait for the best setups. Do not overtrade. If you think you want to take a trade, keep waiting. That's what I've been going over in my mind. Like anytime something looks good, just keep waiting. Again, going over in my mind, not necessarily applying it. And right now, I'm just not seeing a whole lot I'm loving. Armand, there we go. See, I know what the big baller's trading. I gotta turn into that big baller, don't I? Took the KZIA long. And then short. What was your analysis for the long and pre-market? Are you just getting this like ascending triangle? Curious your thoughts on that long. I mean, it had a little ascending triangle going on. What was your indicator for the entry there? Baron in here. How's your morning going, Baron? Yeah, Doug, look into those books, man. I'm telling you, if you guys have not read or listened to Mark Douglas's work, it's missing out. He's got great stuff. All right. Yeah, Baron. Baron, I top ticked something that would have me very green on the day, but outside of that, just going sideways at the moment. Still looking for a setup. How's your morning going, though? Let's grow that account on VTAC. If I took the short here, it would be like, again, like my stops usually are getting hit because I put them at the obvious place for a stop. And I think I've got to stop doing that. This is the evolution of our trading, right? Armand's the big baller, so you let us know, Armand. The stops at the obvious areas are not good. You got to put them at an area that's not so obvious to hit, because the liquidity market makers are pushing these things up to the obvious areas, right? If most of the volume is going to be at this 70-cent break on VTech, then that's probably not where the stop should be, right? Stop should be up at like 80 cents there. So I've been having a problem with that. I think you should have hard stops. I think all the guys trying to grow our small accounts, man, I think we should have hard stops, because I've just seen it do too much damage to people not having hard stops. I mean, everybody. It does way too much damage to everybody. Everybody who starts out trading, it's going to crush if they don't put the hard stops on. Prove me wrong. I'm going to go up to college campuses with my, like that one guy does. New traders should have hard stops. Prove me wrong. HSDT pulling back. VTech still heavy. And AOV still heavy, pulling back. Baron, what'd you trade? Good work. Daddy Baron with the baby. Nice. Congrats, man. Good work. What are you trading? We got to widen stops above what we think. Yeah, so that means I got to size down. That means I got to size down too, unfortunately. They sweep up and then knife it down. Absolutely. CARM style. CARM at the end of the day. 120s straight back down to 60 cents. The big players don't have... I mean, the big players with huge accounts don't have stops. They just smack the hell out of these tickers. They just short them into oblivion until they work. I mean, we can't do that with regular accounts. Unless you got million dollar accounts. Alright, let's find something, man. Or let the ticker find us, that is. Yeah, wait for the push and then smack it. That's what I've been trying to more so do, Fades. Attempting to more so do that. SGMT, this is popping up on the scans. I mean, it could be sloppy seconds. I'm not finding a ton right now. It's trying to break up and out from the 650s the other day, last week. Got them all in pre-market. Good work, Baron. KZIA, MFH. Nice. I didn't see the MFH. Would you smack that short? SFIX. Dude, let's go, Baron. These are really nice. BMR, that double top up there. That double top up there, 460s. BMR actually looks not too bad right now. Alright, BMR was on this trend up to 430. It's pulled back down to VWAP. BMR to launch a GPU accelerated video compression solution for autonomous vehicles at NVIDIA Paris. Tons of resistance, dude, at 420 on BMR. 420s to 30. thing could certainly have some room on it to pull back down. See how much the shorts cost on it. BMR, 40 cents. Not much. Not much. I'm thinking about BMR. All right, BMR. I'll try it up and over like for the 420s. Again, I gotta widen it out, so I'll give it to like 427. Otherwise, see if this thing can pull under 4. Took a lot of snipes on everything. Good job. Armand, KZIA. You see that one going in 680 to $7 at the close. Definitely could be, yeah. What's your risk guide on it, Armand? What's the risk guide there? Sniper's Market, man. Yeah, Baron was nailed that. Sniper's Market. I don't mind the BMR here. It's the daily resistance up and over the 430s that it just tapped up there, is pretty strong. So I don't mind that one. I'm going to adjust the risk on GTLB. Yeah, dude, Sniper's Market it is. There's just not much going on, man. At this point, pre-market's been where a lot of the tickers have been moving. INTS, little penny play popping up. Not much there right now. 50 cents to 57. HSDT still fading. I mean, boring is where you want to be, right? For us shorts, we want to find the boring, right? We want to find the slow fades, like potentially like KZIA. I mean, the problem is KZIA is 425,000 in the float. That's the problem. So it could at the end of the day, like yesterday with CARM, at any point in time, this thing could just, with the volume, just shoot straight up. So you got to have a hard stop on something like that. 500,000. What is it? 425,000 in the float. Yeah, that's a tough one. You got to just make sure I'd suggest having a hard stop on it if you're getting involved with something like that. Let me keep flipping through some of these. Yeah, KZIA popping up to 960. So it is a resistance line right there. BMR pulling back a little bit. BMR pulling back in just a little bit. Quick flush under $4. I don't know. Not too thrilled with today's action at the moment. Like VTAC could be what I'm talking about. The slow fade VTAC. I could see this one fading. I mean, this one's kind of boring. It doesn't have the same level of attention. Yeah. Fades. Nailed it. Yeah, 200% still. And it's off. 81 cents is the high. It's off of that quite a bit. I mean, 70 cents. It's just, like, we're not bouncing at all. I see what you're saying, though. This definitely could be just fade all the way down to 50 and lower. I can see it happening. For sure. We're up a lot on this. We got a lot of upper shadows in the 55 to 7 range it may try to bounce off of. Yeah, 57 to 8 could bounce there. You know, there's something to that. I might have to reassess fades and start the stream a little earlier in pre-market. I don't know. We'll assess that. We'll have to assess that. Baron, I mean, I'm like Baron though. I got a couple babies, so it can be difficult. Yeah, VTAC is not bad. I could see it trying to bounce somewhere in the 50s, though. Any pop up towards that 70-cent level would be ideal, but I'm not sure we're getting it. Not sure we're getting it. Bob, nice. Taking the short VTAC. It's, careful. It looks good. VTAC looks good. It has not balled up like it at all on these pullbacks, though. It's really heavy. It's actually probably a good thing. Good thing for you. Bob with the short. Let's go. Alright, there's BMR pullback. Let me see if it's going to stay heavy under 4. Just don't pop back up over 4. I don't want the liquidity sweep and then just the pop right back up. I want to stay heavy and start going towards red on the day. Alright, give me a second, guys. My dad's calling. Hang on, pull man. I'm on the phone real quick. Okay, guys. Give me just... Okay, what are we looking at here? Bob is in VTech. Sweet. Love it, Bob. Taking the short on something. BMR rode that down a little bit and took all of that. XTIA. Yeah, sorry, my Pops gave me a call. Did KZIA halt up? That's why you gotta have a stop. That's why we went over the hard stops on these low float plays. KZIA halted up. KZIA turning into maybe a play on the long side here. Halting up. Man, preserving the capital on the days where it's just absolutely boring. Not over trading. Just gotta do it. You guys nailed a lot of good plays in pre-market. There were a lot of good plays. HSDT, and look at this, man. There was no inventory. There was no inventory for me at CPro, but dude, this 180 was really good. There's been a couple good plays. HSDT that pop up to 180s, pull back. That was pretty solid right there. Still looking around. TRNR 120 held up. And AOV's just been slowly pulling back. I guess I could have taken the short there. Fades, you got your green in your head now. Good work, man. KZIA spiking up into a halt. Thanks for jumping in here, Fades. Always appreciate you. We're not missing anything, are we? Here's ASST. ASST spiking up. Man, some chat rooms are getting bored. They're trying to pump anything up. ASST, this was the Bitcoin related play not long ago. Spiking up to 620. A lot of upper resistance on this thing. Lots and lots of resistance on this thing. Alright, so that's... Okay, ASST spiking up and KZIA halt up. Those are a couple that are in play right now. VTech still looking heavy. Good work there, Bob. Man, Bob, I love the discipline you've been having. Just stop out well. Take good losers, man, and you're going to be good to go. NUWE. You're in this one at 37 cents. Good work. NUWE. A little pump. 25 cents up to 50. All right, NUWE. Let me take a look here. 50 cents. What do we got going on? It's kind of getting lower highs on it. If you look at the volume, the volume's ramping up, and now we're pulling back down on the volume just a little bit. Let's take a look at the chart here. It just like had a landslide down from a buck down to 21 cents. What happened? What happened on this play? A buck down to 20 cents. Oh, it came out with an offering a couple days ago. I'm interested in the shorts on this thing. Dude, it's just like all these healthcare tickers, man. They just out of nowhere are spiking up. So much manipulation. It's aggravating. I mean, it creates volatility, right? You got the volatility. Let's see how much these shares cost. Quite a bit. Man, on a cheap play like this, $2 per 100. It's quite a bit. NUWE. It's kind of getting heavy on its pops though. All right, NUWE pulling back right now. It's getting a decent pullback. A little pricey on those locates. But just did an offering a couple days ago, so I imagine it's going to be hard to... KZIA, had that one open up. Oh my god. Good job, Bob. Taking the profits there. Giving it time to work. You working leftovers now some too, Bob? Given like... I just adjusted a hotkey to take 70% with the choppy market. I want to leave something. But with the choppy nature of the market, I gotta be taking something. All right. Let me see. Yeah, KZIA halted up, man. This thing climbing up to this 200-day moving average. What? What in the world? Yeah, man. Yeah, this thing breaking up on volume. That's the thing, though. Like, you gotta see, you gotta be able to see and react to that volume as it's coming in, or be in the chat room that's pumping it on up. All right, Ricky Picky, XTIA. Let's take a look, XTIA. Looks like it's about to dip. XTIA, yeah, good eye there. 409, some upper shadows there. I like when they ramp in volume like that. They go up and over the whole dollar, and then you start seeing the upper shadows, upper wicks. Aerospace, she's up from $1.80 to $4 over the last few days. XTIA, not a bad name here. 9 a.m. press release. XTIA, aerospace deepens its defense sector expertise with addition of adding somebody to their advisory board. A lot of these drone companies. A lot of the drone companies. Been seeing spikes. Yeah, that's not bad there, though. Good eye. Good eye, Ricky. Ricky, you're being picky. I like it. Yeah, that's a decent name. All right. NUWE. Is it giving us sloppy seconds, guys? Sloppy seconds on this play? This looks like a decent short, man. ASST, it's trying to hold up. It's around 620 right now. KZIA just opened up and sold all the way back down to 1069. Again, guys, like, the market just keeps doing these liquidity sweeps like this. It's absolutely asinine. KZIA, you get this 1.15 million share candlesticks. You know, it's trading on average per minute like 50 to 80,000 shares, and then you just get 1.15 million shares just coming through, squeezing out some people, taking out stop orders, and then shooting straight back down, and probably trapping some longs along the way too. That's the market we're in, guys. That's the market. They're trapping a lot. They are trapping a lot this summer, so you gotta stay disciplined and have some good stops in place. Good job, Armand, smacking it up there. Good thing you didn't start it, I guess, down here. I don't know what your risk management entails if you just smack them as they are spiking up like that. I forget if I asked you, Armand, do you do single entries, or you scale into it along the way? Like, do you plan for 5,000 shares and go like 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 up, or do you try to hit them with a single entry? NUWE is interesting me a little bit. How are you guys doing, though? Today is a disciplined day. Today has got to be a disciplined kind of day. Unfortunately or fortunately. Oh, might take NUWE. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Just don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, this NUWE up higher like this is definitely interesting, gentlemen. Bob, VTAC, short. Dude, you guys are sniping. You guys are sniping. Good job, VTAC. Yeah, that's 63 down to 58. Good job. Bob, let's go. You have the means by which you need to grow the account. It's just focus on the losers. I mean, you got the winners down, right? Focus on the losers. That's what the gurus don't teach out there. They don't teach you to focus losers. They don't teach you risk management. They just wave thousands of dollars in your face. NUWE. Cha-cha-cha. Oh, this one is striking my curiosity. Bob, long NUWE? Good Lord, man. You're wanting a heart attack today, aren't you? Yeah, keep it tight. I'm thinking about the other side of this thing. I like that upper shadow we put in at 57. It came out with the recent offering. Eyeballing it still. Eyeballing it. Let's see. Ricky, do you hit this XTIA up over 4? It's going sideways. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I think a tight stop, like back up to the highs, is not a bad idea. ASST pulling back. KZIA halted down. I'm in a slow GTLB. Tiny on that. Yeah, NUWE is the one right now that I'm thinking about. Probably thinking a little too long on it. Armand, your shorts are single entry, longs you're adding. I like the variability right there with that. So shorts, single entry, yeah, because shorts could. That's not a bad idea, Armand. Because shorts, they can GME style up to $500 if you take a short at $5 and you absolutely get wrecked. But yeah, the longs, I mean, can't go under 0, so can find your feet eventually. Ricky watching the MACD on it. Yeah, I like what you saw there. Just sometimes they start like stair stepping a little bit, but it's got a 6-cent spread. It's looking pretty good. Looking weak. Like the volume that came into it. I could see it pulling back into the 70s. NUWE upper shadow 57. Doug, that's too funny. Every single time you get up to 666, you hit a level of resistance. It's a devil of resistance. Yeah, I'm going to be with you there in a little bit. I'm probably going to be topping off the account. Broke a few rules this time around. It cost me quite a bit. It's always breaking the rules, like adding to a loser or that. So yeah, that one messed me up. Adding to a loser a couple times messed me up, and then another time, it was overstaying the welcome on certain tickers. You gotta blacklist them after a couple tries. That kind of stuff will wreck you. It wrecks you. Got to blacklist tickers. If they're not cooperating, just move on. All right. What I'm seeing right now, NUWE is not bad. Monitoring that. KZIA. Who? Let me check the locates on that now. I know Kayvon and Armand just smacked it. I feel like she just done did her liquidity sweep, and it might be heavy now. Oh my God. $13. All right, I'm doing a little look around. SBET, I know Bob mentioned that not long ago. That one's still at high day, not looking too bad. NUWE is the one I'm thinking about, maybe the last trade for me. I'm thinking about a position there. KZAI could be heavy after that big upper shadow there, that upper wick. It's kind of a good area. That's something good to look for on shorts. It's a good indicator. It's my favorite indicator, a huge upper shadow. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I need the account to just be locating this kind of stuff. I don't mind it. The risk would be like up and over $11. That's a lot of resistance up and over $11 on KZIA, so you'd have to size down knowing that that's the risk. So if you want to risk $50, take 50 shares, risking $11, and then seeing if this thing can work its way back down to the lows. Tap the 200-day moving average. Not bad. It's really not a bad play. MG. Been missing you in here, man. How are you doing? Excited to have you back. A lot of guys in here. I mean, a lot of people are displaying good discipline this morning, MG. There's been a lot of snipey trades, but nothing too great. A lot of snipey trades, nothing too great outside of that. A lot of upper shadows, NUWE. Yeah, just some good old humor, Bob. Which, look, I get. I'd stay away from that 666 as well. Alright. Let me think. NUWE is the one taking my attention right now. I may take the short there. I'd like it a little higher, but I don't know. If it starts snapping right now, then I've missed it. It'll be okay. ASST popping up a little bit to the 620. KZIA trying to hold VWAP now. VTAC, are you shorting it again, Bob? OKLO, that one's starting to go down. OKLO hit a high, 67, pulling back. VTAC, you're taking another short up there on that pop. Good, nice. Just working them. That's got to be what I'm thinking about moving forward too. Is the same thing. Just working these trades, not holding them for. I mean, maybe leaving a baby size position to work throughout the day, but if they see continuation. But somebody pointed out, man, and I agreed with them. I was reading some of what people have been dealing with yesterday. Man, lots of people have been blowing up in this market. So surviving is, you're showing a tremendous amount of discipline just surviving this, because there's not a lot of continuation on anything. I mean, you gotta get in, get out, and then respect the rules, stop out well. Man, it's aggravating. I want to take trades, but nothing is screaming at me to take it, as my title suggests. Isn't that annoying as a trader when you want to trade, but there's nothing screaming at you to trade? ASST up at 620, bouncing back up there. Kayvon, how'd you do on AFRM? She started curling back around, down a point. Not a bad one to maybe trend join on a pop. It's looking kind of heavy against 65 now. Doug not being prepared, like, yeah. Sleep, man, that'll do it. Forcing trades can be tough. Forcing trades, yeah, I've been forcing a lot. Been trying to not today. It's hard for me to do, man. I'm such a trading degen. I see opportunity in like everything I look at. Like, oh my god, there's a trade right here when there might not be a trade at all. I see mirages of trades. I'm like in the desert, just wanting a sip of water, wanting a trade. And I look off in the distance and I see what looks like a bearish signal, but maybe it's a bullish one. All right, Baron, were you kicking back with a KZIA short? Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, these liquidity sweeps are awful. This happened, like, what, on, Baron's been getting some good cardio exercises. That PHAT trade and now KZIA. Look, that's a good cardio exercise right there. That'll get your blood pumping. Oh man, dude, these pumps this week. Yeah, Ricky, I saw that XTIA. She shot up to the highs. It's kind of slow-ish. I do like it. I like a little bit more speed on it, though. Speed equals liquidity sweeps. It's like this KZIA kind of thing, where you just shoot straight up and you market orders come through, stops get taken out. Bob doing well. Pretty green on the day. Scalping VTAC. Scalped it a couple times. Good work. Proud of you, Bob. Doing well. Love it. Yeah, in UWE, it was looking good. She's selling off the 55 entry. God dang it. Why didn't I take that? I don't know. I've been really trying to be a little picky today. XTIA, I mean, it's getting up there. It's at the magic 20-cent area. 420 is extra magic. Bob and Keith with the net would know. It's starting to get some speed on it. I don't know. I might look at this XTIA. She's starting to squeeze up. XTIA. Let me take a look. Oh, they don't have any inventory. Dang it, man. Yeah, it's getting some speed on it, Ricky. Let me look again at the past chart history here. Up and over 5 is going to be some solid resistance. It's not bad at this point. The last however many days, the last 4 or 5 days, it's up $1.75 to 420, 430 now. Yeah, it's not bad right here. XTI squeezing up and out. ASST at highs right now. KZIA slowly trying to curl around a little bit. Sitting on VWAP right now. You got a few runners and added to the massive candle moving up, then panicked and ran around trying to silence the baby. Oh, man. Baron. I'm sorry to laugh. Dude, I can only imagine how... I'm just a few years ahead of you. What, you got like a few month old? I'm just a few years ahead of you. 5 and a 3-year-old. It's yeah, that's a wild stage you're in right now. But you're good now? You're good, Baron? The baby started screaming as soon as KZIA started screaming. Goodness gracious. Just the luck. Just the luck. KZIA holding up the VWAP right now. Armand's been just hitting that on the pops. Bob, I feel like I'm starting to overtrade. Need to calm down on the trigger. Yeah, good idea there. XTIA still squeezing up higher. 450s. 450s up towards $5. $5 might be that area. $5 might be that area. AFRM. Good job there, Kayvon. I know you didn't add into it, but that's something you've been trying to work on, not sizing into tickers working against you. So if I were you, I'd be happy. You didn't break any rules. Alright, I'm still on the hunt. Is KZIA curling back around again too? They announced transformative preclinical data demonstrating the potential for their drug to overcome immunotherapy resistance in triple-negative breast cancer. I'm going to need a translator. XTIA squeezing straight up. Ricky, you good there? I think we halted up XTIA. XTIA, are you good there, Ricky? Yeah, don't let one ticker blow you up. Bob. Careful. It may gravitate to $5. That's going to be a profit target area. $5. There's going to be a lot of shorts and profit taken up there, up and over 5. XTIA, I'm kind of eyeballing it down there. I'm probably just about to get out of this GTLB. Man, it's such a grind, dude. Small accounts be grindy. I'm just going to adjust the stop on this up into the 60s. I'll let it keep fading if she's going to, but otherwise I'll stop out the 60s. XTI, Ricky, you're not sweating it. Yeah, as long as you're within your risk management, all good there. A lot of volume coming into it. Not a bad area up there to short into. I didn't have any inventory, but man, that thing got right up there to $5. Front side can be dangerous, you guys know. Man, because I used to would just hit this thing into oblivion, jumping up like that. NUWE down at 40 cents now. NUWE, what a short there. There's been a couple good plays like this. Sitting heavy at VWAP. You know, if you had the 55 short down 15 cents, you know, up 15 cents on it, that's not bad. KZIA it was trying to curl back around, then just elevated back down under VWAP. AFRM still fading. XTIA up towards 520 now. 520. Breaking up through 520. XTIA. Ricky, you were on this early too. This was you were eyeballing this thing down here. It's just like this random volume that comes into these names. It's hard to Like, the chat rooms are out, dude. They are out. Summer's in sesh. Chat rooms are out in full force, and you just don't know unless you got eyes in every chat room. You don't know what's about to be pumping these things on up. It'll go from trading at no volume to, look, XTIA and KZIA, same exact thing. Oh, they're both IAs. Maybe that has something to do with it. They're both IAs, just out of nowhere. Just million shares of volume coming through it. So aggravating. Get less predictability on these things with the random pumps like that. Bob, it was my fault. I was just I'm trying to stress with you to please do not hold in hope. That's the main thing. As long as you're focused on risk, let a piece work. I think you know what I'm saying. Know your risk and take half to 70% off and let some of it work for you at least. But just know the risk. That is all I'm trying to say. I just want to make sure you know the risk. I don't want you to give back the entirety of the day, you know? And more. VTAC gave another short entry, Bob. Look at that. Straight up to 69 cents. 69 is a level of resistance all in of itself. The magic 69. It's a technical indicator. Where is the inventory here on XTIA? Let me see if they added some. Oh, they got inventory. I checked and they didn't have any. Now it cost $18 for 100 shares. Bob, you're doing really well. Good job. Now you got to know when to cut it off. Alright, right now what's in play is XTIA. It's halted up. Halted up, where a lot of the pump action is right now. KZIA kind of slowing down and fading. It did 1 million shares up and then straight back down, so that one may be heavy for a fade now. Yeah, we're not missing much else. XTIA halted up. ASST sitting up at 620. Next time you'll hold longer. Yeah, I mean, at least you're not telling yourself to jump into it up here. Probably just set a hotkey to get out like half, you know. You've been doing really good at realizing profits today. So Just realize some of it and just make sure you got the stop set. Realize profits, then adjust, set the stop, and keep just taking half off as she pops, taking money off the table. Man, I'm not seeing anything else. All right, if it's a 5-minute halt, should be opening up here soon. Yep, there she is. XTIA opening up 550, 570, 580. She halting up. Is she gonna halt up again? $5.90s. $6. Bob, why didn't you hold this, man? God dang, XTIA. Dude, when the masses just start jumping on something. Blood in the water. It's annoying that there's nothing else to trade. So, you know, it's not something I really want to get involved with. It is that ticker that's got all the attention. I would like to focus more on a slow fader. But, I don't know, guys. Yeah, yep. Baron pointed out, all caps. Everybody, please be careful. I mean, Bob, please. I know you see this, and I mean, you probably could have left leftovers. Let's just put it that way. But be happy. Ultimately, you're doing really well, and there's a lot of people getting crushed on this right now. This market this week, guys, has been crushing souls. If you don't have proper discipline, man, this market has been crushing souls. I hate it. I really hate it for the guys that are new, like jumping in this summer. I mean, they gotta learn. You know, that people are going to be blowing up a ton of accounts. You just gotta learn the proper risk management discipline and setting hard stops. You learn all this with these KZIAs, like shorting this. I mean, not every Baron's doing really well with his sizing. I have noticed that, Baron. Your sizing is really appropriate. I guess so on these kind of low float plays, you're sizing down a little bit more than some others. Like, oh, guys, there's just so much to trading. If we got newer guys in here, there's so much to it. Like sizing down appropriately for the higher risk plays, setting the hard stops, and making sure they're off of pretty much the obvious stop areas, so you're not getting stopped out all the time like I've been. There's just so much to it. And knowing when to sit on your hands and not take a trade. Like, if you don't have an edge on XTIA and you're trading it, I mean, it's kind of gambling at that point, right? If you don't have a edge on it and you're trading it. So I'm trying to narrow in my focus here recently. KZIA went from 10, 10, 20, 20, 25, 50, 50. Man, that's really good. That's really good. I love that, Baron. I'd love to do something similar. I think my problem with it was I never started that small. So if you start with 10 and it drops a couple points, up $20. If you start with 10, it jumps up a point or two. Just scale into it until she pulls back. I like that. $10, $10, $20, $20, $25, $50. God, that's really brilliant. I do like that approach. It makes it so where you don't have to nail the perfect entry. And most of the time you're going to make money. The time you size in like that and it doesn't work, it's gonna hurt. That's why I've been avoiding doing it. Man, that's a profitable approach. It really is. I got screwed on a couple times doing that with a big outlier. Like imagine Baron like doing that strategy here with XTIA, and this thing goes up to $10. Like I did that a few times on something like this, and pretty much blew up an account doing that. That's why I'm trying not to do that anymore. I miss it. I miss doing that. Because 90% of the time you are going to be green. Yeah, Bob, been itching to catch a nice big play. You've blown up a lot of times doing that. Yeah, don't chase it now. Don't chase it. I feel bad for scaring you out of it, but I think you're seeing the fact that you should have at least taken like the predictable piece off and gambled with some like a small 20% portion of the trade, because imagine even with like 25 shares letting this thing run 3-4 points, you're padding the wallet another $100 on this thing if it keeps working out. I think you're starting to see that, Bob. And we gotta level up now. Now you gotta start throw in the hotkey to take like 70-80% off, and then let a piece ride. Oh, Doug, let's go. 580, got out 691. Let's go, Doug. Breaking up and out on the account off of that 666. Let's go, Bob. Or Doug, good job. Guys, I know it's profitable right now on XTIA, but like a lot of times these things, they elevator down and crush souls. And cause the longest to go deer in headlights. So you're making money now. Just please set the stops. Or have your finger on the button to get out of it if it's not working out. If it flushes back down. Alright. Let me see, man. I mean, this ticker stole all the attention. I could see KZIA kind of fading off of the highs that I just put in now. See, my problem is I really want another trade or two, and I don't see it. Today would have been a fine day for me, up 40 or 50 on the account if I hadn't topped out of ABCL. Unfortunately, that happened, so I don't know. I gotta walk away at some point. XTIA, dude, this feels like, oh my god, this thing feels like she's that one's calling me. I got an itch, and XTIA would certainly scratch it. But that's the gambly side of me. I would love to smack a short on this thing up here. I don't think I can do it. Baron, your approach seems very profitable on this, though, if we just started it even with 20, 20, 20, 50. You know, I mean, we're already up $3 to $8. She either goes to 20 or she goes back down to 5. What's it going to be? All right, OKLO. Let me look at something else boring that you guys aren't interested in. 67, double top, starting to pull back in a little bit. Armand's looking for the short, XTIA. Yeah, you're leveling up, Bob. I think that's the next level up for you. Just start taking a good chunk off, realizing it, adjusting your stop to break even, and letting it work like this. Armand's looking for the short XTAI now, up at $8. Ricky's saying it's going to attract longs up here. Yeah, that's when they get they could get stuck in it, though. I mean, it has made some really massive moves, this thing, before. This is not a buy the FOMO chat room, though. This is definitely not that. $473, yeah. What, on the pullback? Or when you were buying it up? Yeah, $473 on that pullback. XTIA on January 3rd was at 1013, went to $60. 2 days later, back to $8. Yeah. She's open. Let's see what she's gonna do. $7. Bob, don't be content with your Green Day. Don't take it. Or size down. You could size down if you're gonna trade more. But yeah, dude, like going I don't know, what's worse, being red on the day or going green, starting the day green and going red on the day. I think starting green and going red's the worst. I hate that. When you start red and have to dig your way out of that hole, I mean that kind of sucks too. But if you're up pretty green on the day and go red, that's the worst. I hate that. Chilling, up over 100 on the day. On the small account, let's go, baby. Love it. I love it, Bob. Good job. We'll just keep from over trading, and you're good. XTIA halted down now. Armand, you get it up there? She was looking good up there. She certainly was. Yeah, Bob, I believe you can pull in 100 a day. Do you have a max loss on the account? Just make sure you have a max loss of probably no more than like 2 or 3 days. You know, if you make sure you get locked out of the account so you can't reap destruction on it. And you started with 240 yesterday? Dude, excellent. It is possible. Bob is making it possible. You need to start take over the live stream. KZIA, another little pop right there, 950. Is KZIA trying to pop up now again? I just can't. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. A lot of predictability right now. Looking for a setup. I'm not seeing it. SBET making new highs. You use the 6 times leverage, yeah. See if this thing's gotten more expensive. Oh, $33 for 100 now. I mean, the only thing I'm seeing that would make sense to me is the KZIA, maybe. It seems like she put in her move and it may fade now. But it's $13 for that. Really focusing on good entries, yeah. Yeah, something I'm trying to do as well. Alright, guys. XTIA halted down. I don't know if I'm seeing much else. I mean, ASST on the long side trying to hold 610. Like, that's a maybe. It's an okay-ish kind of setup. Yeah, on a long 610. Yeah, I guess I gotta call it. I'm thinking about ASST for the long on this pullback. Looks like it would have worked alright. It's popping up right now off of 610 up to 625. Yeah, KZIA, you're looking at that now, especially after that pullback. Man, KZIA, if that thing works, dude, it could be wildly profitable. KZIA, if she's done faux, unless she wants to put in a higher low and curl up again in the day, at which point that would suck. Baron, are you kicking back with some KZIA? Certainly is tempting. Alright. I'll have to step away, I think, guys. I think I'm going to have to step away. XTIA halted down 1146. Probably 10-minute volatility halt right now. 1156 will open up. Take profit area, likely. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing right now that's really moving, Doug. So it could... See, I want one of these slow faders like INEO. I mean, it could try to find its feet. INEO just looks like she wants to go red on the day. So it's a really slow play, but I don't mind trying to find one of these slow ones. Let me send the request out. Why? Let me see if it's worth it, INEO. INEO, I could see this one curling down and going red. Heading back down to like 130s. I think I'm going to try it, guys. I don't love locating this, but this is going to be the last trade. I'm going to head out. INEO, I'm going to take the short. It's pool time. Daddy's got to... Day trading daddy's got to be a real daddy now. Take the kids to the pool. I'll do the stop up here in like the 180s, 185. Otherwise, I like this one to go red and fade. Alright, INEO for the slow fade today is what I'm looking for. Didn't see any news here. 185 is good risk. Like to see it at the lows. Start profit taking, pulling in. Heading back down south. Alright, that's going to be it. I got to go. Stay safe, guys. $185 is going to be where they pull this thing to, probably. So let me move that just a little bit. XTIA, what's she doing? 570s now. $18 is seeming worth it, isn't it, to locate those shares? I'm telling you, that's where my gut was screaming up here for the short. I know in hindsight, it's an eye roll, but that's where the gut was telling me. Just expensive. Expensive ones are worth it, likely. Alright, guys, keep it safe and disciplined. Patience. Don't overtrade and revenge trade and all that good stuff. We'll see you guys first thing in the morning.